ended up being a really good fit. I actually only toured here and then nowhere else, and I just was like, nope, this is where I'm gonna go. It's like close enough to home that like I can go home for things since my brother's still in high school, but it's far enough that I'm not like commuting. I knew I wanted to teach since I was like my whole life. I knew I wanted to teach, and then so I knew they had a good education program here, and then I knew I like wanted to kind of stay involved with theater in some way, so I wanted a school that had a theater program. So I kind of looked around for schools that had a cheer team I could get on to that wasn't too overly competitive, although it has gotten more competitive here since then, and then that had those two programs, and I wanted to stay in state. And then I ended up choosing to go for track instead of cheer, actually. So all of the like survey level like lit courses where we're talking about like modernism, realism, romanticism, like all the different eras of literature have like extremely helped me, especially like on the theater history end of things, because all those eras also apply to the theater, but they're like done in different ways. Christopher Williams, he's one of my favorites for sure, and I really like that like he uses stories and things to describe what we're talking about, because like sometimes some people will be like, oh, it's just a tangent, but I'm like, no, like it's relevant to the material if you like pay attention. And so that's been really helpful because some concepts are harder to grasp. And I also really liked Professor Kuzmanovich did a really good job of teaching lit theory and helping to elaborate on some of those concepts. Athletics have been really important to me in keeping me motivated too, and having that almost built-in break from studies during the day helps me to actually then do my homework later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm also vice president of the Lincoln Hills Poetry Workshop Club, and I'm a member of the Be the Match on Campus club that just started this year, and then a couple of the like honor societies. I'm in the English one, Sigma Tau Delta, and I'm in the regular like Phi Eta Sigma one as well. What the Lincoln Hills Poetry Workshop does is we're like just a small group of like university students, and we go to the Lincoln Hills Juvenile Detention Center and work in the school there with like a select group of students. Like they kind of decide their the students that we're going to be working with, and then we do like different activities and poetry workshops with them. We went our first time like 2 weeks ago, and we worked with the girls. We had like about a 3.5 hour workshop. We had like a break in the middle, but we have like a few different activities, and we have like a lesson plan that we go through and help them to like learn to write poetry and like express their creativity and find ways for them to like express themselves. And it's also kind of an outlet for them, because a lot of them have been through a lot of pretty rough. If you're interested in something, try and be involved in it, because obviously I'm involved in a lot of different areas, and my boyfriend will joke with me and be like, oh, we're not walking across campus with you unless you find at least 3 people you know to say hi to, because there's such a sense of community. And because I'm in so many different areas, I have theater friends, I have English friends, I have teaching friends, I have track friends, I have coaching major type friends, and so like almost everywhere I go I see at least 2 or 3 people I know and I can say hi to. And so yeah, it's kind of a joke, but it's like so important, I think, to that community feel, to be in, like, set yourself up to like get to know people, so you have resources for later and just someone you can see every day.